Hello everyone, my name is Rob, welcome to Kinetic Rugby League. In this video I'm going to be giving you my match review of New Zealand versus Jamaica. So let's get started. So we're going to be starting with the losing team, which was Jamaica. Now they put 6 points past New Zealand. It's not much, but I'm very happy for them. They completed 86%, which is pretty solid. They only had 5 errors to New Zealand's 16, so that was great as well. I think the effort to get stuck in, like they had against Ireland, was there again. Plenty of effort, plenty of fight and determination to keep going until the final whistle. I was mightily impressed with how creative they were. Now, sometimes when there are conversations about, oh, well, this team's going to be outmatched, so they'll have to do something a bit different. This was definitely different, definitely creative. A lot of short kickoffs, and in the first half they won a lot of those, got in some really good field position. Execution is lacking, but the thing is, if they take that into, game against Lebanon next week, and they keep working on the execution, they might not necessarily win, but they might get multiple points on the board. If this is how they're going to play, if they're going to keep being creative, put teams under pressure, put them in areas that they're not comfortable with and used to, then, this is kind of an identity that they could start building from. It might have just been a case of, oh, it's New Zealand, we'll just throw caution to the wind and we'll just give it a go. We'll just try whatever we feel like. But maybe this is kind of an identity that Jamaica might carry with them in future tournaments, future test matches. And I'm all for it. If this is how they want to build their rugby league legacy from this point, I'm all for it. I'm mightily impressed with the creativity that they showed. And finally, I must talk about the try. Not in detail, but just the fact that they got a try. First Rugby League World Cup try for Jamaica, for Ben Jones-Bishop. He's been there for a while. He will have basically been there from, its foundations, really. I'm just really happy for them because of the effort. You know that they're going to be a completely outclassed for, all of it. But just the effort being rewarded with a try for a nation that is, really trying to build something in rugby league, it's great to see. And the crowd went mental for it as well. But yeah, really pleased for them. Proud of the effort, proud of the creativity and willingness to be different. And yeah, pleased that they got a try. Now moving on to the winning team, which was New Zealand. They put 68 points past Jamaica, completed at only 69%, but they had 17 line breaks and a tackle efficiency of 91.97%, which is really good. There aren't really many players that I want to talk about. The one player I'll talk about is Watene Zelezniak. He only had 3 tries. Only. He could have had 6 or 7. I think that's very likely. Pretty sure he had 2 assists, maybe 3 or 4. I'm actually not sure, but he could have had 6 or 7 tries. Got himself 2 conversions as well. But in terms of just the players, he's the only one to really mention. The rest of them had just their own moments here or there, because that's kind of how the game was, is that somebody had the ball, they'd find it easy to break the line. That's just how easy it was for New Zealand. But the coach wasn't too happy. Like, the look on his face at the end of the game showed that he wasn't particularly happy. But the thing is, I can understand why. Because yes, it's 68-6. It's a huge scoreline, a ton of points. But from a coach's perspective, like from a fan's perspective, it's a massive scoreline. They dominated the game. What's to worry about? From a coach's perspective, they want perfection constantly. Doesn't matter who you're playing against, doesn't matter how easy, how difficult the game is supposed to be, coaches expect perfection. And there's many talking points that they can look at. The errors, 16 errors is just not good enough. Completion at 69%, I would probably imagine most of that is down to it being easy enough to break the line on the second or third tackle, and then it's just the final kick through or the final pass didn't quite get to where they wanted to, so therefore that's a set incomplete. But they were extremely exciting to watch. You can't fault them for that. It's just in terms of professional structure in attack, how they maybe want to have attacked wasn't quite up to the coach's standards. So as a coach, not saying that I'm a coach, but from a coach's perspective, I can definitely understand that. You want perfection all the time. And we didn't get it from New Zealand. It was exciting, but not perfect. But I think that the test against Ireland next week, if they are the real deal, and we'll sort of find out whether they are as good as we think they might be against Lebanon, that'll be a good indication of where they are. When they play against Ireland, that'll be a pretty solid test, and I think that'll be a good warm-up for them to smooth things out, find out their identity, I guess, for this World Cup. But they play with a hell of a lot of pace. That's the one thing that you can't fault them on, is it's not always clean, it's not always perfect, but they're really exciting, and they play with a ton of pace, which makes them really difficult to stop. And they were missing Dylan Brown as well, so if they do get Dylan Brown and Jerome Hughes back in the halves, then they're going to look really, really, really clean in how they go about their business. But yeah, exciting game. And again, very happy for Jamaica to get their try. A few things for New Zealand just to clean up, but I'm sure they'll be fine. And, you know, semi-final should be easy. Potentially still, you know, a shot at the final. So that's going to be it for this video. If you have any thoughts on the New Zealand versus Jamaica game, leave them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with new content. You can also follow the social media accounts in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.